I'm a big Dark fan, and it's not just because I loved his signature series, it's because Dark is not afraid to get down and dirty when it comes down to it, and we already do see a hatchery being built, and it's not exactly at the normal location, Roddy. It's in his opponent's third base.
That's a build. Now, one of the things that a Zerg player could do here, guys, is Link Flood. And if you guys are wondering, but how are you going to Link Flood if there are that many minerals? Can you mine out all these minerals? Well, you technically only really need one drone. Like, one drone can just make a couple of trips. What he could do as well is take the Vespian Geyser and then send it back and forth like that, but that's not even really necessary. Creator really needs to get on top of this as quickly as possible. He has to kind of be aware of it right now. It's not just going to be Lings and Zerglings. We have a Roach Worm being dropped as well. Creator does have a Zealot running towards the bottom, and that Zealot could absolutely win the fight against the Lings. If the Zealot gets the drone, that'd be massive. Why wouldn't the Zealot try to get the drone? Now the doors are open. What would you like to see Creator do? I do think we need to go for a full wall-off in the front, so we can just fully focus on that's not a full wall-off.
That's not a full wall-off at all. And he's going to just hold position the Stalker over there. That's going to be able to hold the line for a little bit. But he absolutely needs to get a closer shield battery up if he wants to try and do that.
Yeah, that battery is too far away, right? That battery does not heal up the Stalker.
There's no way it heals the Stalker from there. That battery is going to be close. That's going to be so close. I don't think it's going to be fully in range.
This is not a bad little skirmish, though. Zealot's still alive, adapting, being able to get a couple of shots off. And I do believe that the probe saw the Roach one go up in the main base, right? Can we just double check that? But I'm pretty certain that Creator saw that. He knows that there is a good chance we're going to get a couple of Ravages out. He does not want to invest in a Stargate. He does not want to invest in a Robo. He's just going to go with mass gateway units. And I don't really hate it, because gateway units and batteries should be fine against Roaches and Lings. But I'm just worried for that one moment that the floodgates are open and a lot of Lings all of a sudden show up. But earlier I said I did not expect Dark to take too many risks, too many chances, because he is the favorite, right? He's not supposed to take these kinds of risks. Well, he's absolutely risking a lot here, and he's going to walk into the natural Creator, but that is indeed fully walled off for now. Every second that goes by is just a fantastic second for Creator, because Dark cannot easily transition. Now, we do have a couple of Lings that are going to completely ignore all these batteries, and this is why we wanted to see that full wall off, because that would just make Creator's life so much easier.
Yeah, and now the Ling's going to be able to try and get us around on the Adept. They don't quite kill the Adept, but they do manage to get in on top of a lot of the probes. 4 of them going down. The Ling's not being controlled because I think he's busy controlling the Ravagers of the front lines, trying to morph in a few more. The Lings eventually get cleaned up. But 5 workers dying at this stage in the game, I mean, that's almost a 1/6 the economy of Creator.
It's good, but it's definitely nowhere near good enough for Dark. Dark needs a whole lot more, and he knows it. And I'm not exactly sure how he's going to get the job done. These Adepts right now are going to check to see if Dark maybe has built a bunch of drones and is already mining from this base. For Creator, it's not too easy to figure out if there is an expand on the other side of the map. But he's so confident that he's got 2 Adepts in a pylon right now near the Xel'Naga Watchtower. The main base of Dark is going to be very, very, very exposed. Like a single Roach is actually going to give Dark the heads up that this is happening. That's a big moment for Dark. But even if he knows that these 2 Adepts are coming, what is he going to do about it? These 2 Adepts can very easily kill 5 or 6 drones, and that would put Dark in all sorts of trouble.
There are 0 units that were started up before these Adepts come in, and 4 Lings are all that are on the way in that main base. Drones are going down. The Ravagers are forced now to try and break on through. They're going to try and knock down one of the gateways. They really want to knock down the Cybernetics core, which will also prevent shield batteries and additional Stalkers from being warped in. Pylons are going to be the target for now, but there are still pylons further back as well. I don't know if that's going to be the way to success here.
There are extra Ravages coming, and slowly but steady, a couple of pylons will go down. Sniping the Cybercore is obviously cute, but look at that army of Creator, and don't forget, he's got an overcharge, and he will probably have the ability to get a couple of overcharges out. He's got an 18-worker lead over Dark. For Dark, it's truly now or never, with the 42 army supply he's currently working with, and Creator probably can't believe it. He's like, is this really it? Am I doing it? He's absolutely doing it, but he does still need to clean up this army.
He does. I would still love if he did something with the left-hand side, walling it off so the Lings can't just try and distract some of these units. We're seeing really, really big Corrosive Vials knocking out 3 of the shield batteries instantaneously. That's going to be a big W there for Dark, but he's actually bleeding off some of these Zerglings as he rallies them in for the proxy hatch. Needs to adjust that rally.
Dark is definitely struggling here. We're going to go ahead and pop one of these overcharges immediately. Creator now chasing this army out very far. He really does not have to do that. He is in a tremendous position in this this game. He's even dropping the Robo, dropping a couple of extra batteries. It's almost like he truly cannot believe that he would have such a big advantage over his opponent. But hey, it is actually happening. All he needs to do is just keep on building units, keep on building batteries, because Dark needs to break Creator here. He's pulling the probes. It's a bit unnecessary.
Yeah, I mean, especially considering, like you were saying, he still can just chill for a little bit. He has other things that are coming up forward, like that Immortal transition with the Robo. I think as soon as that finishes up, it's going to be so difficult for Dark to ever break this. Even a Warp Prism would make or break the difference here. Surrounds and kills off one of the Ravagers. The Probe's still getting involved in. I suppose a handful of them can die, but you don't want to lose all of them, I imagine.
And let's go back to mining. I feel like Creator is making this very difficult on himself. Just put your Stalkers in a concave, get a couple shots off. You can regenerate with the batteries, and Dark cannot. The only thing that Dark can do is get in range and try to pick off one battery at a time. Creator needs to just kind of continue back mining, man. These probes really have not helped a whole lot, and it would have been so much better to just put your Stalkers in a beautiful concave, and if he wants to get in range, you get a couple of shots up, but obviously it's so hard to stay calm and composed in the round of 12 of the biggest StarCraft tournament of the year. The force fields have not been half bad, and the army supplies look better right now for Creator than they did a long time ago. And finally, probes go back to what they are supposed to be doing, Ravi.
They are going to be comfortably mining now, no longer on the front lines of this skirmish. And I wonder if Creator was maybe thinking like, oh, maybe you're mining from that low ground base, maybe you're in a better economic situation than I thought. But at this point, with the first Immortal popping out, a shield battery also being popped, I think Creator knows he has a lot of reason to feel confident right now.
He's going to feel even more confident once these two Adepts make it into the main base one more time, or when Dark just steps out. A little fist pump there from Creator as he takes the 2-1 lead. Against all odds, historically, he has only won 2 out of the 22 encounters he's had with the man who's sitting on the other side of that stage. But now in arguably the biggest series that these two have ever played.